Hey everybody, it's Steve, and I'm here today to talk to you about Tron farming. This kind of all started on Ethereum, and as you know, if you've been paying attention to the news, there is a risk of losing a lot of money when you're doing anything with the Tron farming tokens or Ethereum farming tokens. And the issue normally is the token launches at a high price and then it drops down to almost nothing. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of that. I'm also going to show you an example of the Sun token. We'll start with this one. If you're going to farm something on Tron, this is currently probably the safest thing to farm because it is at $14. But even this one, if you go down here, you'll see that it went from $30 all the way down to $14. So it's a downward, it goes down. Let's look at another coin, Salmon. This was from the original Salmon coin that got swapped. It went to completely nothing because they swapped it, but even then, it was at $1,000 for like a few seconds, and then it dropped down to $150, and then it went down into the $1, $2, $3, $4 range. And then you look at this one here. This is Dragon Ball. This is still an active project. This project's website's actually pretty active, but they're not active on Twitter. I made a joke in their Telegram and they banned me. They're not active on Medium. So I don't have a lot of trust in the project, but their website does work, so you can farm a token, and they are promising to become an exchange. So I took a little bit of a risk. I bought one of these at $5. I sold it at $3 for a loss of $2. But I farmed up a tiny little stack of their Draco tokens that I'll show you. And I'm just going to let them grow. And if I'm wrong and this is a legit project, then their exchange will start running and I'll get fees from their exchange. I have no clue if that's going to happen. That's why I didn't risk very much money. I didn't buy a Dragon Ball till it was way down here at about $5. And then I sold it at $3 after I farmed a couple. So it's pretty easy to get my money back, possibly if that token ever becomes worth anything. So now I'm going to take you through a couple different farming sites that I am currently using. And I'm going to talk to you how you can actually make money even though these tokens fall apart. Now you're going to need a Tron Link wallet, so I'm going to have a link to that in the description because it's the only quick way to interact on the web. You can also use the Clever Wallet app or the Tron Link wallet apps. And if you use those products, you can do all of this stuff on your phone. It's just a little more complicated for me on the phone because everything's kind of smaller on my phone. But if you've got a phone that's one of those bigger ones or a tablet, then you can get those applications and you can do everything that I'm going to be doing today. So just know that. So we're going to start here. This is one of the newer ones. So this is Dark Matter. I got onto this one because of Tweakin. I always say that wrong. But basically, pretty soon they're going to let you stake this token here, which is one that's been around a while, and I'm going to show you the Tweakin Air site. And that one's been up and working for a long time. It is related to Trevon James. So if you want to stay away from both these projects because of that, I understand. He was the BitConnect shiller. He has apologized for that. He's moved on, and I watch his stuff because he makes me laugh, and he's put me onto some projects that have made me some money. So I'm not going to, I think everyone deserves a second chance. I'm currently staking a little bit of Sun. So just to show you an idea of how the site works, you would come to the site. If you have your Tron Link wallet, it will ask you to approve to be able to interact with the site. Once you've approved that, you can stake some Liquidity tokens. This is the safest way to make money. So basically what I did to get into here and earn a little bit of these tokens, which are not necessarily going to be worth that much money, but it is going to be some free TRX for me, is I started off, I farmed some Sun tokens on the Sun site. So I'll put some links to all of these different sites if you want to come and check them out. So Sun Farming is the official Sun token, and you can farm this token, and then what you're seeing in a lot of places is if you farm this token, then you can use it to then go farm this token. So you earn one token for free by taking a risk, and for me, I have staked this one here, TRX. I did a just TRX pool, and I did a sun TRX pool. So basically the first bit of sun that I mined, I put it into the liquidity pool, and I came back here and I'm mining more with it. The sites sometimes, let's see. Okay, yeah, so this is how easy it is to claim. So if I was wanting to claim some sun, you come to the site, and once you've been on it before, they'll see that I have just this much staked, which is not very much at all. And I'm still earning 0.05 sun. So that's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and hit claim. I like to do this when I'm going to be claiming a couple different coins from the site, just to prove it for an hour so I don't have to keep clicking that. So there we go. This will take a little while, not long, and I will have that sun in my wallet. I will go here. I will pick up this little bit. There we go. Close out of there. And I get a little bit more down here. I actually claimed this all last night, so these numbers are pretty small. I wanted to go ahead and show you an example of how easy it is to claim. Unlike Ethereum, all of these claims are going to be extremely cheap. They're going to be fractions of a TRX or nothing, depending on my current energy that I have staked into the wallet. So if you don't stake any energy, this can maybe chew up into your profits a little bit. So I would suggest staking around 2,000 TRX into energy. That's where I'm at. And then most of your transactions will be very free. And then what you can do once you've claimed your sun, you can go ahead and come to JustSwap. Now, I don't have a lot of TRX right now. I need to actually put some more into my wallet. So what you can do, this is something important. If you haven't used it before, always make sure you get the right tokens. So you can look right now, my 0.112 sun is worth 500 TRX. I'm not going to be able to stake it, right? Because I don't have 500 TRX in my wallet. Oh, wait, no, wait, I'm sorry. That was way off. I had a 1 right there. Oh, my balance hasn't updated yet. We'll go talk about one of the other sites, and I will come back. Oh, there it goes. See, it's pretty quick, but it's not instant quite yet. So, I can trade this much away for... Let's just move this. Sometimes on this site, I got to do stuff around. So for 62, and I have 88 left. So since I have enough, I will admit that the pools have been a little bit sketchy. So we're going to try to do this quickly. Add. And then I'm going to click max here. I'm going to click it again. There we go. So I'm going to stake 0.11 of a sun with 62 TRX. I'm going to try to supply this liquidity. I'm going to get an accept. I'm going to send it through. We're going to just wait a moment and see how quickly that hopefully goes through. Oh, it looks like it already went through. So I got the pool tokens. All right, so now I can go back over here to dark matter, and now you see that my pool stake has gotten even higher here. So I can stake these. 0.44. That's right. Accept. Accept. And I wait a little bit longer, and there. Now my pool, if you see, it climbed up to 38,000 instead of 38, and this will keep going up. I'm not going to harvest this yet, but in general, what you do is you farm the sun token to come and farm the dark matter token, and then you always will have your little bit of sun tokens. You can watch the value of that. What I would have done had I had not had enough TRX in my wallet to provide it to the liquidity pool, then I would have just sold half the sun tokens that I got to get some TRX, which would then let me put it into the liquidity pool. That's one of the advantages here. Dark matter is newer. They are an app-based idea. If you go to about them, you will see this was created by the Unity DApp people. I'm now following them here. Right now, they haven't totally announced what dark matter is going to be for. so I can't fully endorse this project, but I'm able to farm it for free. So I'm just speculating that I can get some dark matter for free. I usually in the beginning will sell it for TRX just so that I get a couple TRX profit out of doing this. And then if the product is something that interests me, I will start to put it into a liquidity pool and then farm it with that, because I'm going to show you on a couple other projects that you get much higher rewards usually if you are farming it not with the safer tokens but with the more dangerous ones. But I don't ever like to buy them, so I always start farming it safer first and then put that into the liquidity pools and then farm the new token. So this is the Tokenaire site. This one allows you to do a lot of things with Tron, Hex, Ethereum, and their own token. So this site is basically yield farming before there was yield farming. It's just a smart contract that has some rules for when you put some TRX in, you get the Infinity token. The Infinity token earns you TRX rewards. You can withdraw them and take them out. I put 500 in, and I instantly got 250 Infinity. This number has gone down a tiny bit because this token has gone down in value a little bit. But as long as I hold them, I get a daily payout of 1 TRX. This is an extremely small investment test that I started. Since this is working so well, I probably will come back and put a little bit more in. But the idea with this one is you come back and you can either roll this into there. So you're going to see this is going to go into there, and my balance is going to get a little bit bigger. And if it was enough, this number, my daily payout, would have got a little bit bigger. And then because the way that you can earn Tweakin is by farming it with liquidity pool. This was added recently, so you can you can buy this token, you can add it into a liquidity pool, and then you can earn 200% APR. This one I had been earning for free because you do earn these rewards for being inside the other one. So now, as you see, I can take this 0.73 and withdraw it, or I can roll it into another game they have. I'm actually withdrawing it. This I did on accident, so it's kind of funny. But this is my liquidity pool. In this farming one, they are the only one that pays you your profit for having the tokens in the liquidity pool, so your liquidity share gets bigger. That is unique to this project, and I like it a lot because that means I'm not losing anything by giving them my stake of liquidity. They don't get to keep the fees that the liquidity pool is earning. They come back to me, and then I can roll those into here. I'm actually going to come back and roll these later in the day. I don't want to waste the transaction on these little amounts. I'm going to wait till they're a tiny bit bigger. You can come back every other days. This is another project that I took a shot on. It was brand new. I got into it. I bought just one token. Let me switch it to English so that I could go into this liquidity pool. The reason that I did that is because the APY is very, very large. Right now, it's extremely large because the value of this token has completely tanked. So if I go to swap, I change this from Sun. I'm going to show you this to mil. And let's assume 1 mil is only worth 5 TRX. When I bought my mil token, it cost 200 TRX. So it looks like I got wrecked, right? Well, not quite, because I've been farming these tokens and selling them and selling them and selling them. And I've almost got back my full 200 TRX that I put in, and I still have a token of these liquidity pools. So at some point I will take these out of this project, but as long as this liquidity pool is going to earn me these that fast, I'll just let it keep earning. I'll keep selling it. I'll keep selling it. I'll keep selling it until you can't sell it anymore. This project was trying to be a combination of Yam and Sushi and some of the other popular Ether ones. I see they're trying to be the Yam of Tron. They have some lottos and some things built in. The thing that you'll notice here's another one where you could be staking your Sun token. This is why Sun is good to earn, because everybody's going to want to use Justin's token in their farming. I can't endorse this one currently as anything to get into unless you wanted to joke around with it and look into it yourself. The site still works, the staking works, I'm getting my tokens, I'm selling it, but the value just fell off a cliff. We already went over the Sun site. This one is probably the safest, and you're farming the token that is going to have the most utility in the farming world of Tron. When you're playing and farming, the one thing that you never know is what projects are going to become anything. So Dragon Swap is one where that I showed you where the token has just fallen. Dragon Ball has fallen off a cliff, right? Went all the way down to here. And I bought that one and I staked it here in a Dragon TRX pool. I actually got my money back out of that. It was kind of interesting. When I got it back, I got 2 Dragon, and even though it went down to 3, I sold them both, so I got like $6 worth of TRX, and I got my TRX back. So I almost broke even there. If you were to buy these, you could stake them. These percentages have gone way down because the pools actually have a lot of people staking them, because I think that people said, hey, Dragon Ball only costs like $3. I'll go ahead and buy some. I'm actually staking the Draco coin. So I was selling these earlier when they were worth money. This used to be worth 2 TRX. I was farming these, selling them for 2 TRX. That's how I was getting some of the money back from my initial investment. They are now worth almost nothing, so I'm just going to let them stake. This token is supposed to be, they are trying to be the sushi swap. So Dragon Swap is supposed to eventually launch a full-floored TRX20 exchange similar to Just Swap to compete with it, but with the advantage being that if you stake into their liquidity pool, just like sushi, they will give you a token for doing it, and then that token can let you collect fees. That's this Draco token. It is, for me, just something to play with, something to look at. I'm showing you what I'm in. Again, in all of these, I'm a little bit underwater or made a small amount of profit, except for Sun token. I've made nothing but profit there because that I didn't buy anything to get into that, and I've just been farming that. I will show you one more competitor for Sushi Swap is Salmon Swap. I left Salmon Swap, but it is done by the Tron Fi people. Who this is supposed to be a more trusted site. But what happened to me is I was staking Pearl USD, some Pearl that I had farmed for free, and they froze it. And that extremely upset me because Pearl went down from like $1,000 to nothing. And I think this upset a lot of people, and that's why this project is currently not taking off. Just if I can figure out what is a SAN token worth. Oh, I need to. Oops. I need to get their token contract. There it is. This is something important when you're working with any of these sites. You want to make sure you get the right token address, because this is something I'll show you. There are always going to be copycats. So see, it's this capital SAN. So 87 TRX for one. That's not very much money. It's kind of an interesting thing if they're going to turn it around and become a legitimate player. And in the exchange world, you could buy a SAN for almost nothing and put it in here and earn 200% returns. I'm not going to get involved with this. They did me dirty one time, and I just don't want to risk having them do something. Their issue, the reason I'm showing you them, is because the other risk, besides buying a token that's going to crash, which is why I never really like to buy the token to provide liquidity. I like to use a token I already have farmed somewhere else, put that into it, like I farm Pearl using Tron, and then I put the Pearl on here to farm salmon, and it was working out pretty well until they froze my token and stopped rewarding me. Is that they had a glitch in their smart contract that was audited But when you're living in the Tron world, if you're not a Chinese speaker and you can't I read it, then a lot of the white papers and audit reports are in Chinese, and if you don't take the time to go through them with like a Google Translate or somebody to tell you what's going on, you might not see that even though they got audited, the auditor did say that they had an ability to pause their smart contract. And while it was paused, nobody would be able to react with it. So when they decided for some reason to do a swap to a different token, I never even figured out exactly why, but when they did that, they froze the pools of all the smart contracts that were farming their other token. And so my Pearl got stuck in there, and even though it was only like 0.05 Pearl, I mean, it was $1,000 token, so it was worth a little bit of money, and now Pearl is worth almost nothing. So it was quite frustrating to have my token frozen, so I couldn't unstake it and put money into it. And they never really decided to do anything for any of us that they did that to. They didn't let us get the salmon, and they were all like, oh, you were late, you were supposed to unstake it, you didn't do it. But there was a lot of money that people that just did not do it, because honestly, with a lot of these staking programs, you can stake the coins, come back a few days later and collect your profits, because that way you get some real money. So I'm just going to end with saying thank you if you stuck around. This is a little bit longer than I usually like to go, but it takes a little while to kind of show you these sites, to show you JustSwap, to show you how to remove tokens in and out. There will be a couple links in the bottom, including one to get some free Bitcoin. The free Bitcoin's over here on BetFury. You get 25 Satoshis every 20 minutes. This site, anybody who signs up for it, I do get some referral money. It is helping me out. Keeping up making these videos and doing other things. So besides subscribing to me, which would be great, if you want to go ahead and come over here, do some I messed it up because I was talking to you guys. Do a couple quick captchas. Looks like I'm looking for trains. Is that a train? That might be a train. And then I was looking for airplanes on the first one. You just do the captchas, collect it, and as soon as you're up to 5,000, you can withdraw them. I would wait till you were a little bit higher, though, because there are some withdrawal fees. So it'd be more like claim them up until you're 5,000. This is a gambling site, so you could claim the free Satoshis. You could play some games. I personally play Keno. Yay, look at I'm winning, actually, today. I was at 20, and I'm up to 26. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. It's the link that I put in most of my videos to say, hey, come and get some free Bitcoin. They have the free Bitcoin. They also have these boxes. I was utilizing them before to earn even more free Bitcoin. They've made it harder to do that, so I'm not going to really say that you should come and try to do that. But thank you very much for checking out my little video on Tron, on yield farming, showing you some of the sites I'm using, showing you how I'm earning some free BTC. The real goal for me for all of these is eventually to build up a big enough stake of a token that you can just have sitting on the sidelines ready to put into these farming projects as they come out. That's why I'm just trying to build up a decent stack of Sun token, and why I might even invest in them pretty soon, because they're getting down to a price where I feel comfortable in possibly grabbing a few. Because any of these sites that allows you to stake Sun, if you have a lot of Sun and when you're one of the only people staking it there, you're going to earn a lot of that token, and the tokens always start off high and then they go down low, and the only way they're going to go back up is if one of these projects delivers on what they say they're going to try to do. If DragonSwap actually gets an exchange going that is competing with JustSwap, and maybe they do something on their exchange where it can support Ethereum and TRC20 tokens. I don't even know how feasible it is to do that within a DEX. I know Ethereum has some layer 2 stuff that might make that possible someday. Or if Salmon Swap can become what Sushi Swap is and actually have their swap working and giving out those other tokens. Because right now, we don't earn anything for using JustSwap. It works just like Uniswap did pre-Uni token. And you don't get anything for using Uni unless you're providing the liquidity tokens, except for they gave you that really cool airdrop. That's another reason to come check out JustSwap. JustSwap and Tron, they try to take what others do and then do it better because their chain works better and is cheaper. And some people might say that's just straight copying, but in the world of crypto, everything is open space. You're open source for the most part. You're allowed to do that. If you can take somebody else's idea and make it better, aka Hive, when it said we're breaking away from Steam, we're gonna make it better, which is kind of a funny one to bring up, but I'm a Steam/Hive person. So I was gonna say one of the Bitcoin ones, but I don't really think any of those forks made it Bitcoin better. So it's kind of hard to find a great example. Maybe Ethereum compared to Ethereum Classic is one that some people would say they made it better on Ethereum than Ethereum Classic after they forked it away. But I know there was some controversy in that one too. All the forks are kind of funny. I'm going to make sure I end it here, though. We're almost at 25 minutes. Anybody who hung out to the end, let me know. Drop a comment and let me just know that you're hanging out for my videos. Thanks. Bye.